I think I get the picture. Well, this is about what I expected from you guys. If we had another case like this I'm sure you'll be able to handle it better. Yeah, he's pretty hard to please. Anyway, I'm sure you caught a glimpse of it during this case. The thorny, problematic side of Crossbell. Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be a pain in the butt. Crossbell's seedy underbelly, a complicated hotbed of corruption hidden just below the surface. It's true. Let me just remind you guys that the people over at CPD headquarters are anything but incompetent. Sure, some idiots decide to trade away their dignity for bribes, but most of our detectives are pretty dang capable. They've got morals and a sense of justice. However, they're often stopped by certain barriers. Politicians and public officials who've sold their honor to the mafia, for example. So how about it, Lloyd? You ready to turn in your badge and become a bracer? No, sir. These barriers are the reason the Special Support Section was established, right? Oh? Protect civilians above all else. The Bracers Code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms stealing, the sale of stolen goods and mirror laundering, collusion between the mafia and government officials. These are all problems that lie outside the Bracers' jurisdiction. He's got a point. So even the power of the supporting gauntlet has its limitations. However, as police officers, we have the power to right these wrongs. Countless barriers may stand in our way, but the possibility of getting over them isn't zero. Oh, are you referencing the title here? Cute. He's right. We as the SSS can create opportunities others can't for true change in Crossbell. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Yeah, but hopefully I'm not being too optimistic. I do think that reality is not as simple as you make it out to be. However, I agree that the possibility is never zero. Take a look at this guy, would ya? Dueling with the head of the delinquent group, volunteering as bait to lure out the mafia. Here I had you pegged as a serious type, but it turns out you're as hot-blooded as they come. I'm not really sure if hot-blooded is the right term, Brandy. Still, working with all of you on that last case helped me realize this. While it's true that we're still inexperienced, as long as we stick together, no matter how high they may be, there isn't a single barrier we can't overcome. Aw, Lloyd. Well, how about that? Perhaps the cheesiest speech yet. I love Tio. Well, I'm glad we could entertain someone. You don't have to laugh that hard, Chief. You think I have my head in the clouds, don't you? I think you're fine the way you are. Well, it's true that the SSS was created under some complicated circumstances. It's your guys' job to decide where we go from here. Use this division however you see fit. Chief. He's basically telling us that we are our own destiny, to just choose to do whatever we want, so he's not going to lead us in any direction. Not a touching moment, Lloyd. He's saying he doesn't care. You make the decisions. You're the leader, but you're not getting paid to be the leader. I might not be able to give you much direct assistance with your missions, but if you end up pulling some crazy stunt to tick off HQ, I can at least toss you a bone and cover for you guys. Well, that's... Thank you, Sergei. That's more than I expected from you, not gonna lie. We appreciate it, Chief. I see you prefer a laissez-faire approach. Well, being understanding is one thing, but this is getting closer to carelessness, Chief. Perhaps laziness is more apt. Just one of the perks of being a no-good adult. Will the SSS remain a pale imitation of the Bracer Guild? Or will it become something new? Something that creates new possibilities for the city? I, for one, am going to kick back with a cigarette and watch the fireworks. Hey, we finished the prologue! That's exciting! Bonus DP. Is that because I did the side quests? Ooh, 9 bonus DP. I got a trophy. I got a couple of trophies. A bunch of trophies, even. Okay, well, I'm gonna save here because it's telling me I should. I love that I've been live for an hour and like 40 minutes and I've... If not for the combat I did in the Geofront of my own volition to get 1 treasure chest, I would have only had that 1 fight against the Mafia. Yes, save. Thank you. Okay. Continue. Seems like you had another rough month, Arios. It's fine. Nothing new as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I'm here regarding my payment. No prob. Via IBC as usual, I assume. Look, seeing as I'm the one giving you all these requests, I'm sure I'm the last person to talk, but maybe you should consider reducing your workload just a teensy bit. I can only imagine how lonely poor Shizuku must be. Whoops, sorry, I said I wouldn't bring this up anymore, didn't I? Oh, that reminds me, headquarters contacted me again. They keep bugging me to get you to accept the offer. Are they seriously still at it? I've rejected their offer numerous times already. How many more will it take? Well, can you blame them? I'm sure they're just desperate to find someone to fill the gaping hole Cassius Bright left when he quit. Who is Cassius Bright? Didn't you two train under the same master? You're basically equals when you look at your stats with the guild, so hurry up and accept already. While that may be true on paper, we're completely different people. Unlike Cassius, I haven't solved any conflicts on the international scale. To be honest, even being considered his equal is far more than I deserve. Oh, don't give me any of that. We both know it isn't true. What about the case in Remiferia? That's a place. The Grand Prince himself presented you with a Medal of Honor. If you ask me, that's more than enough of a qualification. I have to disagree. I never truly resolved that issue. I may have prevented the immediate disaster, but the masterminds responsible are still out there. Good to be self-aware, Arios. I'm glad to know that at least you aren't overly arrogant. I'd actually intended to refuse the medal. Gosh, Arios. You're a regular stick in the mud, you know that? Come on. Accepting that promotion will drop your workload a little bit. You've done over 100 requests this month alone, for IDO's sake. That can't be healthy. Well, I certainly don't feel like I bit off more than I could chew. Traveling for work isn't nearly as strenuous now that there are more trains and flights coming in and out of the city. Besides, those 2 bracers transferring here should help reduce my workload a bit. Oh, 2 new bracers? Sounds fun. Oh, you mean those kitties? I suppose you're right. They might be rookies, but I see a lot of potential in them. And at the very least, they'll be much more dependable than those kids in the special support section. Rude! Rude! I made friends with 2 gangs. And we all successfully worked together. I have accomplished things, sir. Hello? Anyone home? Ah, speak of the devil. Come on in, we're upstairs. Oh, the 2nd floor? Gotcha. Thanks for having us. Hello. Holy smokes, Arios is here too? I'm glad we managed to catch you while you're in. Yes, it's quite a lucky coincidence. It's been 3 months or so, hasn't it? I'm glad to see you're both doing well. I never imagined we'd be seeing you two transferring to our little branch. This is just fantastic. Now that you're both here, we'll have Crossbell cleaned up in no time flat. We may be good, but we're not that good. We'll do our best to live up to your expectations. Oh, but where are our manners? We should officially introduce ourselves. Estelle Bright, Senior Bracer. Joshua Bright, also a Senior Bracer. Officially reporting for duty at the Bracers Guild Crossbell Branch. I feel like if I'd played other Legend of Heroes games, I would know who these people are. I'm going to guess that they are the protagonists of the Trails in the Sky games because the girl looks similar, I think. But I have not played those games, nor have I watched them be played, so who knows? I'll look into them later. Because until they remake those games on a platform I can play them on, it's not going to happen. Afternoon of the Wolves. The chief sure is late. I'd like to start our morning meeting soon if we can. I really don't think we can begin without him. I would have slept in if I knew we'd just be waiting around. Waking up at noon, hitting the casino, letting the good times roll till the wee hours, that's the life. The life of a hopeless reprobate. Sorry, I'm late, everyone. Chief Sergey. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Shall we start the meeting now? No need. Just got a call from HQ. You guys have been assigned a special mission today. Congrats. Special mission? I'm getting some bad vibes already. Is it similar to the previous one? Don't look at me. They didn't give me any details. You'll have to go to the main CPD building and find out yourself. Your client will be waiting for you there. Okay. Oh, am I teleporting here? Police headquarters, 3rd floor. Well, here we are again for another visit with Vice Commissioner Jerkface. I can only imagine what he wants to complain about at this time. Remember that we were told this was about a client waiting for us. I think it's safe to say he didn't call us here to complain. I have a sinking feeling he'll find a reason to scold us regardless. I know what you mean. We can't let it get to us, though. Yeah, he's going to be kind of annoyed that none of us quit. When he blatantly told us all to quit. Lloyd Bannings reporting in. The special support section has arrived. Come in. Excuse us. Oh, I recognize that uniform. The Crossbell Guardian Force, right? Aw, heck. My. Is that how you greet a former superior officer, Randy Orlando? Care to elaborate on any hidden meanings behind that outburst of yours? No, I was just surprised to see you here, that's all. Do you two know each other? Your reaction is that of a man with a guilty conscience. Have you slept with both of these women, Randy? Oh, show some respect, you four. This here is Lieutenant Colonel Sonia Bales, Deputy Commander of the CGF. Deputy Commander of the Guardian Force. Please forgive our misbehavior. Lieutenant Colonel is one of the higher ranks in the military chain of command. She's that distinguished? Oh, you have no freaking idea. She is the CGF's second in command, after all. Taking into account her expertise and how much pull she's got in the force, she might as well be in charge. At ease, detectives. So you're the special support section I've heard so much about. Yes, ma'am. We were told you were looking to submit a support request with us. Is that right? You should feel honored, rookies. It's unheard of for useless greenhorns like yourselves to be called upon by the Deputy Commander herself. Vice Commissioner Pierre, allow me to handle it from here. Look at her nicely telling him to just shut up. So professional, but understood. I'll leave it in your capable hands, ma'am. Thank you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Sonia Bales, Deputy Commander of the Crossbell Guardian Force. I came here to ask the Special Support Section to lend us your expertise on a particular matter. Let me begin with a brief overview of the situation. An investigation of monster attacks? That's correct, Detective. Several locations throughout Crossbell have reported similar cases of monster attacks over the last month. We'd like for your division's cooperation in investigating this matter. Wait just a moment, please. You want us to investigate attacks that have been happening outside of Crossbell City? Do you take issue with that? No, ma'am. Not at all. Ma'am, if I'm not mistaken, the CGF is already conducting its own investigation into the matter, correct? Considering that, is there even room for us to help? Yes, plenty in fact. Too many questions remain unanswered to write these off as ordinary monster attacks. As much as I hate to admit, our investigators have hit a dead end. Therefore, I'm hoping the investigation will benefit from a different point of view. A different point of view? A trained detective's, to be exact, one that will differ greatly from a guardsman's. By that reasoning, however, I wouldn't specifically need the special support section. I could have, for example, gone to the renowned 1st Division for their assistance instead. Oh, well, I would love to introduce you to them, but as you know, they're preoccupied with their duties. As you can see, a number of unforeseen circumstances have led to his seeking the aid of the SSS. So, the commissioner probably knows what these monster attacks are, and he's like, probably been bought off by the mafia or something, or whoever is controlling these things. Are there any objections? No, ma'am. We'll gladly accept your request and aid you in your ongoing investigation. How exactly would you like us to assist? Sergeant Major Seeker. Yes, ma'am. Here you are. Oh, thank you. Wait. She seems... Is something wrong? I'm fine. My apologies. I can't help but feel like I've seen her somewhere before. Monster damage report. A report? It appears to be a case file from the CGF. Ellie, the CGF just handed it to us. Of course it's a document from the people who handed it to us. Correct. It contains all of our findings thus far. We'd prefer if you began your investigation having only read that file. Doing so will eliminate unwanted bias from your work. I see. In that case, we'll look through it as soon as we're done here. We leave it in your capable hands. Well, I suppose we'll have to excuse ourselves for now. We'll establish a direct line of communication with the SSS, so don't hesitate to contact us if you discover anything. Roger. My apologies for the disturbance, Vice Commissioner. No, not at all. Feel free to drop by my office anytime. Looks like you're a bit more comfortable with your current work, Randy. Well, you know, I'd say the work here is more thrilling than staring at the border and doing drills all day. Good to hear. I'm glad my efforts to transfer you were worth it. Let's head out, Seeker. Roger. I'll be taking my leave. Man, oh man. So, she was your superior officer back at the Guardian Force, Randy? Sure was. She wasn't my direct boss, though. She just gave me a bunch of tips and pointers for our training and drill sessions. Don't let her gorgeous looks fool you. You cross that lady and bam! Full nightmare mode. She'll scare the piss right out of you. Knowing Randy, I can only assume his terrible work ethic set her off on multiple occasions. I could absolutely see that happening. He has a knack for getting in trouble with women. On that note, do you know the girl that was accompanying the deputy commander, Randy? Nah, never seen her before. I bet a pretty mirror that she's in the Tangram Gate Division of the CGF. Those guys assist Deputy Commander Bales with her work. Oh, wait just a sec. Don't tell me you've taken a fancy to her. Well, Lloyd, was it love at first sight? No, not everyone is you, Randy. Well, stop looking at me like that. Lloyd is just an innocent little puppy. At least right now he is. No, it was nothing like that. I just had a strange feeling that I had met her somewhere before. Ahem. Oh. Right. You're here. How much longer do you rookies plan to take up space in my precious office spewing this pointless drivel? Don't tell me. Is this a plot by that good-for-nothing Sergei to have you come here and humiliate me? No, sir, definitely not. But that is an added benefit of our presence here, I will admit. We're terribly sorry, sir. Please excuse our rudeness. Go on. Get out. To think that every single one of you ignored my warning. You should know full well what awaits you then. Well. Hey now. Hey, at least Lloyd will be taken in by a perfectly lovely gang if he gets kicked out of the CPD. So, you know, future life prospects. At least he'll have a job as a gangster. Whatever. Enjoy that little investigation of yours out in the wilderness. I'm sure it'll be a fun little camping trip. Why don't we transfer your entire team to the Guardian Force while we're at it? We can boot that dang Sergei out along with you. If you'll excuse us. Vice Commander Jerkface strikes again. I swear, as soon as I step in there and see that dumb tuft of hair on his forehead, my blood pressure spikes. Again, I agree with Randy. Who knew? A pathetic attempt to stave off a receding hairline. T.O. T.O. I suppose we were being disrespectful in front of him. However, that doesn't warrant his condescendingly vulgar tone with us. Let's just try to forget about him for now, guys. We should head back to the SSS building and go through this report. After that, we'll need to decide on the direction our investigation should take. Right. Lieutenant Colonel Bales gave the impression these weren't ordinary monster attacks. I mean, it wasn't the impression. She blatantly said that that's what she thinks. That's why we're investigating. I'm curious what she meant when she said too many questions remain unanswered.